Good morning, everyone. Today we have another lesson after the previous session. So before we start today's lesson, I would like to do a small recap in previous lesson. So can anyone remember what we learned last week? Yes. But we study what is the topic we discussed last week, because these two topics are like very related topics. So to understand today's topic, you will need to have some extent of knowledge about the last day session. So what was the last day lesson? Leadership. So under leadership, we identified mainly what are the leadership approaches. So before that, we have defined what is leadership. So under leadership, so I have set a keyword when you defining leadership. There should be a keyword. What is that? Yes, power influence. So power of influence. So after that, if someone has a power of influence to influence the behavior or the activities of a person, we can identify him as a good leader. So after that, we have differentiate, and also is the leadership and management is same? No. So we have differentiate leadership from the management. So when I differentiating, I said one line to express the relationship between leadership and motivation. Leadership and management. What is that? Leaders are always managers, but all the managers are not leaders. So when I ask, some have explained me and all the managers are leaders. Some have raised their hand that all the leaders are managers, but without going to those two extreme ends, I have made a general statement that sometimes the managers also can be leaders, or leaders always probably managers. Right? So after that, we have taken some approach for leadership. What are the approaches? Yes. Before that, the leaders are not born, not made. Leaders are born. What is that approach? Trait theory, trait approach. So after that, again we have taken some approaches. What are those approaches? Behavioral approach, situational approach, model approach. Right? So under that, different theories we have discussed. So today we have the lesson motivation. In some books, it says it says the power of motivating other people, not only influencing. The power of motivating other people also can be identified as leadership. So in that point, motivation and leadership are closely related. So by influencing, what we're trying to do, motivate those employees to do a work. So what they appointed to do themselves without, as we discussed, there are two types of people. What are the two types according to the theory X and Y? There are two types of people, employees, X type and Y type. So as I said, if we can convert a person into a Y type person, that is the favorable situation for a company, right? For a organization. So Y type, they do their work by their own. right? They are not lazy, right? Like extra people, according to that theory. So what the leaders trying to do, they are trying to convert those people into Y type people. So that is called leadership. So in here, what we so in that point we discuss about power of influence. So for what we are influencing, leaders are influencing, do the work by themselves, which means that they are trying to create a motivated income. So with that, we move into the today's lesson, the motivation. So let me share the screen. So online participant, can you all see the screen? Online participant, can you all see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So first of all, these are the learning outcomes of today's lesson. First, we define the concept of work motivation. So as we discussed earlier, in the leadership, lesson also we have defined what is leadership. So under that, we are defining the concept of work motivation. I want to say in this, this is a very emerging topic, motivation. So many scholars and researchers have done researchers on this area. So due to that reason, there are so many theories built based on this motivation. So in academically we say the motivation has many facets, many areas. So how the employees can be motivated? What are the what are the things can the employer can give to motivate employers? So what is the process of motivation? So after motivating, what happened to the employee? What their intention? Really, the intention changes. Those things so many scholars have studied. So based on that, there are so many theories today we are going to discuss. So after that, know the process of motivation. What is the process? How we can motivate a person, right? How an organization or a leader or a manager can motivate his or her subordinates. So under that, we discuss that there is a process, uh, around four step process. We are going to discuss what is that process. So after that, identify the two types of motivation. So there are mainly two types of motivation. Those are extrinsic and intrinsic motivation. So we will discuss that under that topic. So after that, we are moving to the mainly 8 theories under theories of motivation. So the theories we can divide into main two. What are the things? The theories based on theories done to identify what we have to give for the employees to motivate. So what are the things we have to give? Is that monetary values or other rewards or non-monetary rewards? What are the things we need to, the organization need to give to motivate employees? So under process theories, it is different. Under process theories, what we explain, it explains how a person or an employer can be motivated, right? So under so based on those two uh, topics, we are going to identify 8 main theories, right? After that, as final part, the know the dimensions of job satisfaction. So how the job satisfaction can be, what is the ultimate goal of job satisfaction? Motivation is job satisfaction. So That is one of main goal of motivation, right? So we move on. So the motivation is the creation of stimuli, incentive, and working environment that enable people to perform to best of their ability. So in the definition, there are main 3 points, right? What are the main 3 points? So as I said, when you explaining the leadership, there should be a word, the power of influence. In here also, there are three main aspects when you explain, defining work motivation. What is those three aspects? Creation of stimuli, incentives, and working environment. So creation of stimuli and incentive, at the point you heard the word motivation, you will realize, you will remember, we need these things to motivate. But creating a working environment, friendly, employee friendly or positive working environment also impacting directly to the motivation of its employees. So the best example is uh, the Google campaign. So do you have any idea about the companies like Google, Microsoft, the working area? Is that the same working environment that you're working in your businesses or within your organizations? No, that is very customized, no? So when it comes to Google, there are so many uh, area in the, you can search and find what are those things. There are so many areas they have allocated for their employees to spend their leisure time, to like libraries, or the movie theaters, those kind of things. They have allocated in the same building. So when the employee came to this kind of workplace, they feel that they are not much away from their home, right? So the company trying to make the environment very friendly and very pleasant for the working employees. So that is also that directly impacting to work themselves intentionally do the activities what they are supposed to do, what they are expected to do from the organization, right? So the heart of motivation is to give people what they really want more from work. The return managers should expect more in the form of productivity, quality, and sales. So when it comes to motivation, mainly there are two main things: input and out. Input and what? Output. We are discussing this. So input means uh, what the employers give to the government, right? Output is what is the expected outcome from the employee. So in here you can see productivity. So what is that input or output? Productivity, quality, and service. Output. Quality and service. So to have this input, have these outputs, employers, employee, employee inputs. They need to work hard, dedicate hard. Mainly, they should be motivated to have this have these outputs of an organization. So there is a balance between input and output. So there is a theory also called equity theory. So we will discuss it in why. Right. So after that, the process of motivation. So this is the process of motivation. It has four steps. What is the first step? We can start from this one, needs or expectations. When it comes to the needs, and expectations, we can discuss employer needs, and employee needs, and or expectations, needs and expectations. And expectation theory, we will discuss more. Expectation. So there are two expectations: employee needs and expectations, and employee needs and expectations. So these are the main input. So even although the employee needs achieved, let's say they have a good salary, they have good living condition, they have so many benefits coming from doing the job, so they are well satisfied. But at that point, if the company is not operating well, there is no productivity, there is no service, there is no profits. So is it good condition? No. So when considering the needs, so when designing this process of motivation, so when we deciding the process, we need to clearly identify here these are the employer needs are the outputs again. Employee needs are the inputs. Right? Those are the inputs. So when we starting the process of motivation, we should consider both two aspects, but mainly relating to the motivation, we are discussing about motivation. Mainly we need to consider the employee needs and expectation. So what are the employee needs and expectations? So when we investigating what are the needs and expectations of employee, we can relate Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So for that also there is another theory called Maslow's hierarchy of needs. There are so many 5 levels of needs that an employee expect from its organization where he works. Right? So after that, behavioral actions. This is the planning part. After that, we have to decide what are the actions we have to take. So what are the driving forces that they will motivate. So this is so it can be a behavior or action. So we should create the organization should create those behavior among their employees, and the actions should be taken to motivate the employees. So after that, desired goal. So desired goal, what are the goals there? What are when we discussing the needs, we have identified 2 needs. So when it comes to desired goals also, there are 2 goals. What are the 2 goals? Employee satisfaction is the main goal. We are discussing last part as the last topic, how we can satisfy the employee. So then these outputs can be productivity or organization goal in one word. Organization goal. So you can see there is a process. So that is the formal process. When we explain, you can use this. These are the needs. So these are the desired goals. Desired goals, these. So to achieve this, you should motivate. Or you should take programs. You should change the behavior and actions. Design the behaviors and actions to uh, finish, end up with the goals. So if it is fulfilled, we can follow the same process, right? If it is fulfilled, employees are satisfied, organization goal achieved, so we can continue the same way. If that is not fulfilled, what we have to do again? We have to again reconsider what are the changes, what are the lacking parts. Then based on that, we have to again plan on the needs, employee needs. Have we identified exact needs? So if we identify the exact need, desired goal should be attained, but that was not happen. So what is the next step? Again, we have to come to the first level and we have to design the needs of expectations to motivate employees. Right? This is the main process. This is four-step process. This is called process of motivation. After that, we move to the two types of motivation. Right? So, you took the notes, no? Right. So when it comes to motivation, there are two types of motivation. When I explain in the learning outcomes, I say, what are the two types? What are the two types? Online participant, what are the two types? What are the two types of motivation? Yes, online participants. What are the two types of motivation? Yes. What are the two types? It is in the board. You can just read. What are the extrinsic and intrinsic? So by reading this word without the description, you should realize something. By seeing these two words, intrinsic and extrinsic. So intrinsic means what? Intrinsic, extrinsic. Intrinsic means internal. For the extrinsic, ultimately, external. So having that in your mind, you read the description. So tangible rewards such as salary and fringe benefits, security, promotion, contract of service, the work environment and condition of work. All the tangible things we can identify as extrinsic type of motivation. For intrinsic motivation inside, psychological rewards such as the opportunity to one's ability, the of challenge and achievement, receiving appreciation, all the psychological things, how they were appreciated in the organization. So these are intrinsic. Other things, all the things, mainly, uh, actually the uh, online participant, mute yourself when you are not talking. Right. See going somewhere. Right. Yeah. So if you ask about motivation, how the motivation can be done, you probably give the answers by salaries, rewards, all the things under extrinsic motivation. But not only the extrinsic motivation, there are other types of motivation as well. What are those other types? It is intrinsic motivation, right? So psychological rewards such as the opportunity to use one's ability, a sense of challenge, achievement, receiving appreciation, positive recognition, and being treated in a caring and considerate manner. So these things, especially you remember when you explain it, that will be important, right? Actually, the extrinsic types of motivation probably you can just think and write, but coming to the intrinsic motivation, you should remember. So these are the main two types of motivation. Then we move on to the content theories of motivation, right? Theories of motivation. When it comes to theories of motivation, there are two main theories, two main types of theories. Those are content theories and the process theories. So what is content theories? Content theories and process theories. Content theories and process theories. Under content theories, one says, what are the things? What are the things to motivate employees? So under process theories, it says how the employees can be motivated. So you can read under content theories, attempt to explain the specific things that actually motivate the individuals at work. They try to identify people's needs, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and their relative strength and the goals they perceive in order to satisfy these needs. Content theories place emphasis on the nature of needs and what motivates. What motivates. So when you're explaining, you should have, that is the keyword, what motivates. So coming to the process theories, what it says. Attempt to identify the relationship among dynamic variables that make up motivation. These try to explain how behavior is initiated, directed, and sustained. These are the keywords. How the behavior was initiated, directed, and sustained. Initiated, directed, and sustained. Again, that process. Can you remember? we can relate the process, initiator, expectations, needs, employer, employee, directed, behavior and actions. Then sustained, finally, the outcome. Outcome. If it is not achieved, again, we have to, what is the next step? Fulfill. We have to fulfill that. Again, come to the process. So in here you can see process theory is related with the motivation process. So it says process theory places emphasis on actual process of motivation. So it is mainly based on actual process of motivation. Right? Understood? So, and also, I forgot to tell you. So when we identify or explain motivation, so it is an individual phenomenon. You should explain these things. Individual phenomenon. Right? Then motivation has many facets. So next one, the purpose of investigating motivation is to predict the employee behavior. So motivation is a solely individual process. So it means individuals themselves trying to work, trying to achieve the goals. So it is individual phenomenon. Then it has many facets of motivation. So it means, so there are so many things we can investigate, we can research. So we can investigate what are the types. How is the behavior? What motivates? How motivates? How motivates? Come from? How motivates? Right? So these things, there are so many areas that the investigation or the researchers can research relating to the motivation. So it has many facets. And also finally, what is the main purpose, ultimate goal, or the purpose of investigating on motivation is to predict the employee behavior. So we are predicting based on the findings, we are predicting. So if the organization do these things, the employees will be motivated. Then it will be easy to achieve goals. So likewise, organization will predict employee behavior. Right? So I think now, up to now, you have a clear understanding. Now we are moving to the theories of motivation. So actually, this is a small part from the small part of the leadership lesson, right? So we can do it very quickly. So I will give you a small group activity relating to these theories. So it is very boring when explaining one theory by theory when I am only the person who is talking there, speaking there. It's very boring, I know. So considering that point, I have think of a small group activity. So what we going to do, I will allocate these theories among you. So each group will have one theory. So what you need to do, you have to find what is that theory. You have to explain what is that theory. You have to, let's say for group, you should take a piece of paper and write down what you found relating to these theories. For example, what is Maslow's hierarchy of needs theory? So in here only a summary is there in the slides, right? But with this thing you can't explain or develop an answer in a case study, right? You should have a somewhat thorough understanding, right? So I will distribute this among you. Then what you have to do as a group, you have to take a piece of paper and you need to collect the whatever the information you have or you know about these theories, and after that one person have to come and explain, read that paper, and after that I will explain my things with my slide share. Then one by one we will discuss all other theories, right? Clear? So please everyone, not everyone, per group take a piece of paper. So you come here. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 groups are there. Discuss each other and select it. Right? Take one paper. Not only all the one paper. One paper is enough. Right? Select it. Answer and wow. Fine. There are so many articles. Looks about. Yes. This is one group. So you have to explain one. You have to develop a one page. Yes, one person have to do and takes. One person just read the read what you found. Don't get space. I'm the person who is here. You oh, this goes over again. Right. These are the two. Second two before. Third two. Fourth two. So Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Right now on the top right hand. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. This proof ERG theory. And this proof first per two factor theory. Per two factor theory. And first per two factor theory. Then who is the remaining the group? Next group. Rome's expectancy theory. Rome's expectancy theory. Write down. Rome's expectancy theory. Next one, Adam's equity theory. Next group. Next group. Who is the next group? Adam's equity theory. Adam's equity theory. These are not hard. You can find it from these things. Adam's equity theory. Next one, Bloch's goal setting theory. Bloch's goal setting theory is good. Bloch's goal setting theory. Don't just sit and wait. Support the team. One person can come. Just for only for the pattern. What some theories I have skipped because there is not very much. The thing there are first you have to tell whether it is a motivated theory or sorry, whether it is a process theory or a process theory is a content. Whether it is a content theory or a process theory. Yes, online participants, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Yes, you also select pick from these process theories, pick one theory, right? I will ask from you individuals, right? So you select one theory and develop some points relating to that. Identify whether it is a process theory or a content theory and explain what it says. After that, I will explain, right? Understood?
Yes, sir. Sir, the things you are writing on the whiteboard, it's not much clear, sir.
Clear, no? Clear
Yeah.
means is it, if I write in a dark pen, it will be clear. Oh,
Yeah, the red color one is not clear. The black one is okay, but if you write a little bit bigger, it would be fine, sir.
okay. I will write bigger from the black color next, right?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
I will erase this red color once and I will rewrite it. Huh?
Thank you, sir.
Actually, today we small, this is a small topic. We have extra time, so we can discuss the case study. When you explaining your thing, if you prefer, you can use whiteboard as well. But yeah, it's a very brief graph of even on one day, I will give you a hint. You can relate Maslow's hierarchy of needs and ERG theory, right? Like summarized version of Maslow's theory. Like summary of summarized version of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. When you explaining, when you building the answer, you can do your explanation based on these criteria, right? Whether it is a process theory or a content theory. That's all content theory. If it is a process theory, what are the things? What are the things to motivate? Can I explain? If it is a content theory, you have to explain how can be motivated for the actual process of motivation. Sorry, other way. Sorry. So here, content theories. What are the things to motivate? Then this is the process. How? This is what? If I do a recap for the latecomers, so we have discussed what is motivation. So under that, we have identified three main keywords when we explain defining motivation. So creation of stimuli, incentives and working. When we discuss about motivation, always you will be giving high salaries, giving rewards, those things. But not only those things, but also creating a positive working environment. Creating a positive working environment also kind of motivation. Right? So in there you should explain creation of stimuli, incentive and working environment. Three aspects you should mention when you describing motivation. So and also I said motivation is combined with leadership also. So under leadership, what we explain the power of influence. So some books say power of motivating employees also as leadership. So leadership and motivation, they are very close. Those are very close concepts, right? So actually, this is a small part of leadership lesson, right? So after that, there are two things: input and output. Input, output. So when it comes to input, those are employee and employer needs and expectation. Needs and expectation. When it comes to output, those are the first satisfaction, employee satisfaction. Two outputs are employee satisfaction. These will we have explained, right? Employee satisfaction and the organization goal. Right? Organization goals. So these are the input and output. So these things should be happening. So after that, we explain the process of motivation. So here this is the input side, needs, employee needs. Mainly under motivation, we explained about employee needs. Right? Employee needs. So then employee needs and the desired goals are the employee satisfaction and organization goal. To achieve that, there are some behavior and action that organization should imply or should make in the organization, right, within the organization. Those actions, behavior, they should, the driving forces, they should decide what we have to do to motivate our employees. So in there, we have relating so many theories. So how it can be happen. This part comes under this process, driving forces. So when we after that and at the end of the process, we are measuring whether the goals were achieved or not. Desired goal, does the employees satisfied or the company or organization goals have achieved? Whether not yes or no. If no, if it is no, again we have to consider how we can fulfill them. Then again we have to decide needs and expectations. That is the process. So there are two, extrinsic and intrinsic motivation. Extrinsic are mainly the things you know, salaries and all the physical.
Percentage should be how long?
Huh?
How long the percentage should be? The percentage.
2-3 years.
2 years.
Yes. Then after that we came to two theories, process theories and content theories.
As well as the drawbacks of cannot the pros and cons.
Yes, no, you don't need to give it a value, but the thing you need to know what is this theory, how the expected outcome with the, let's say if you are selecting a process theory, right? Let's say content theory, how those means can be, those theory can be used to motivate your employees. That's the only thing. And here, go back and over. And those are completed. Please finish it. Please finish it. So anyhow, by now you will, after the, what is the main, the goal of this activity, at the end of the activity, you should have an understanding about at least one theory, right? At least one theory. And the interesting thing is, one theory from process theory and one theory from content theory. I will show after some how it happens. At the end of the activity, one process theory, you know, one content theory, you know. Okay, then have the break can come by 10, 10 minutes, no? 10:25. 15 minutes or
Yes.
have the break can come. Okay, let's start. Let's continue the session. How many of them are yet to come? One group. Okay, hands up those who have done collected information. So before that, now you have an understanding about one theory. So it might be a process theory and might be a process theory or a content theory. So what I said after the activity, finishing the activity, my intention is to give some knowledge or have some idea about one theory from process theory and one theory from content theory. So let's move to that part. So let's please hands up those who have collected information in the process theory. Not process theory, content theory. Please focus. Yes, that's enough. Not book. And only it's good. The content theory. Theory, Maslow's person was. Yeah, it's. Yeah, give me the theory, so you have to theory. There was a theory. Now after that, you have understanding about other theories. Just take few minutes and read. So I have changed. Now the teams who has done process theories have a note from other theories. We have now. One day So we are going to start with content theory. So let me share the screen. Right. Maslow's hierarchy of needs here. Yes, team, the who has the Maslow's sheet come here. One person come and explain. Just read the paper, no issue. Don't be stressed about the presentation. Come and present. But you come. Don't take time. You have a nice work. Just read it. No issue. What should I come from you? Let's start with perspective. Right. So let's start with the when you say it, start just read the thing. No issue. Oh, boys, this is the content theory. But this is what you have to tell. This is the content theory. These are the content. Just enough. Then read the page and go. Like this. Hurry up. Very good. Very good. Give a big round of applause for the first person. Right. Come on. There.
Is learn about Maslow hierarchy of need theory and introduced by Abraham Maslow at 1943. It is a content theory, and this model has developed to understand the motivation for human behavior. And there are 5 levels of needs: physiology needs, safety needs, social needs, esteem needs, self-actualizations. And according to the theory, the motivation to arise at the next stage, each parallel stage must be satisfied by an individual. Thank you.
Very good. Okay. Let's move on to the theory. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So this theory, as she explained, this is a theory based on content theories, right? This is a kind of content theory. Under this, we can identify 5 main categories, which are, yes, just stop talking and listen. When I explain, just listen, right? So there are five types of needs. So what it says basically, if an organization can provide these needs for its employees, the employees will be motivated. So based on the requirement, there is a area covered, right? So you can see what needs they need more. The physiological needs. Then after that, safety needs. If the company provide only the safe actualization need more, that is not the way. So that thing also you need to consider. So when it comes considering these needs, the physiological needs are the needs that want to provide most other compared to other needs. Right? Then after that, safety. After that, social needs. So there is the order. Right? That thing you need to consider. So let's see what are those needs. So I will share the needs. Right? Here. These are the 5 levels: physiological, safety, love, belongings, love and belonging, esteem and self-actualization. So what are the things comes under? You can note down these things, right? So what are the physiological needs? Mainly air, food, water, shelter, clothing, sleep. Those things are the main things that need for humans to live. No, so those things. By doing a look, those things should be satisfied to motivate employees. If the basic needs are not satisfied, are they going to survive? No. So that is the most important need. After that, safety need. So when it comes to safety, job security as well as the physical safety should be considered. Right? Here, security of body or the security of employment, so morality, the safety of the family, health, all the things need to consider. Right? Next one, love and belongings. These are kind of emotional things. Friendship, family, intimacy, sense of connection with others, very important. The networking. When a person working in a organization, the network is very important. Networking is very important. You should have links with all the people. So if there is no links, he will be demotivated for sure. So he can't do anything without support of his subordinates, right? So that need comes under love and belongings, which is bit emotional. So the esteem means also self-esteem, respect, achievement, and confidence. Those things comes under that. So under self-actualization, creativity, spontaneity, lack of prejudice, acceptance of facts, those things. Self-actualization means for example, in brief, where the employees need to be in future, right? So as an employee, inside each and every single employee, he should have a final achievement level of dream in his life, right? When after doing job go with the family life, he should have a dream in his life. So the organization should support that person to end up with dream. So that is the self-actualization, right? So these are the Maslow's hierarchy of needs theory. So there are, you should know, this is a content theory, 5 levels, and these are the things, right? So let's move on to the next theory. First, the two-factor theory. Please come to next group. Quickly come. Otherwise, come.
First work is a factor theory. This content theory is founded in 1959 by Frederick Herzberg. So this content theory of motivation. Content theory of motivation is kind of people are unique. They have unique needs and wants to achieve their satisfaction levels in a company. So this theory is divided into 2 dimensions. motivation factors and hygiene factors. When it comes to motivation factors, there are several factors like achievement, recognition, the work itself they are doing, job advancement and the opportunities, challenges, threats, and the growth opportunities as well. When it comes to hygiene factors, they need salary, like bonuses, all those stuff, monetary payments. And physical workspace, that means organizational culture, company policies, norms, status, supervision, security, protection, and control. So motivational factor like it is improving the job satisfaction of a person, and hygiene factor means like improving the hygiene factors like it is decreasing the job dissatisfaction. So improving the job satisfaction and decreasing the job dissatisfaction is two different things. So that's why from two dimensions that is separated. So the most preferred situation will be a balance or mix between high hygiene and high motivation, where employees have no complaints or grievances, and they are motivated to achieve the goals and objectives in the company.
Right. Okay. That's the two factor theory, right? The main thing, this is also a content theory, right? So this says, as you think, some people think that the satisfaction and dissatisfaction are the main two nodes of a single bar, right? It says like this. Satisfaction, dissatisfaction. Right? The most of people think if someone is satisfied, he is not dissatisfied. If someone is satisfied, he is not dissatisfied. If someone is dissatisfied, if someone is not dissatisfied, he is satisfied. Understood? They think these are the two nodes of same line. Right? So under this first word two factor theory, it says this is wrong. It says this is wrong. By telling that, they are suggesting two main factors that leading satisfaction as well as dissatisfaction. So here you can see factors leading to dissatisfaction. These are the factors. When these factors are optimal, job dissatisfaction will be eliminated. However, these factors do not increase job satisfaction. So even these are there in the workplace or the job. We can't say they are if they are, let's say for example, poor pay, right? If a job has a poor pay, we can't say he is dissatisfied, right? Then when it comes to factors leading to satisfaction, other way, when these factors are optimal, job satisfaction will be increased. So when we trying to satisfy the job satisfaction, when we trying to do the job satisfaction, we have to consider these things. These are all factors leading to satisfaction. Then these are the factors leading to dissatisfaction. It says under this theory, it says there is no relationship between these two, satisfaction and dissatisfaction. Understood? The main thing is the person who is satisfied, we can't say he is not dissatisfied. Right? If he is not dissatisfied, we can't say he is satisfied. Right? So it says this is wrong. This is eliminated from this field. Right? By eliminating this, they are providing some factors for dissatisfaction, some factors for satisfaction. But again, they say there is no relationship between these two factors. Understood? So in there, two factors have identified as hygiene factors and motivation factors. Right? So we will see what are those factors. Here. Yes. So to motivate employees, we have to consider the motivators, motivating factors, not the hiding factors. These factors need to be made prevent dissatisfaction, just to prevent the dissatisfaction. But it doesn't say if we prevent this, the employee will be satisfied. No, to satisfy, those things should be done. Right? To satisfy, those should be done. Those means the motivated factors. What are the motivated factors? Sense of achievement, chance of promotion, change of improvement, recognition of effort, responsibility, nature of the job itself should be provided. So even the motivating factors were provided, we can't say they are not dissatisfied. They are not dissatisfied, right? So to make them satisfied, we should consider these things, right? So you can write down the motivators and the hygiene factors. So related to the motivation, we need to thoroughly consider about the motivation factors. That theory says these should be considered. These points should be considered to motivate employees, right? To eliminate dissatisfaction, you have to consider hygiene factors. But as I said, there is no relationship between satisfaction and dissatisfaction. Right? That is the Herzberg two-factor theory. Okay. Let's move on to the next theory. The McClellan's achievement theory. I think it has not searched by anyone. No. So I will explain it, right? So let's see what this says. Right? This is also another content theory, right? So let's see what are the things. Because it's in the theory, it's very summarized. That's why I made this additional slides. So then you can take notes. Right. Under McClellan's theory, three main things they are considered. First one, achievement. Next one, the affiliation. Next one, the power. Right? So achievement, affiliation, and power should be considered when we motivating the employees. Mainly based on the achievement. You can read method of that method that explain the motivation theory by defining what need as well as how people should be treated. So centers on three key aspects. The main thing you need to know is the McClellan theory is based on three main aspects, right? The first one is employee achievement. So when it under Maslow's theory, what it says, the content is those needs. Those needs. Five types of needs. Starting from physiological needs until to self-actualization needs. Those are the content. Those are the things employee should provide. Next one, Herzberg theory, hygiene factors, motivate factors. Motivate factors are the things need to be provided to the employees to be motivated. Under this theory, McClellan theory, there are three aspects. Achievements, affiliation, and other thing. Right? Related to the achievement, you can read desire to achieve, to accomplish in comparison to a predetermined goal and to aim higher. In other words, the desire for accomplishment is a competitive behavior with a high bar of protection. So, under this theory, it says the main thing, one of the main thing the employer need to consider is the employee achievement. So, if we provide the room of space for the employers to achieve their goals, their achievements in future, they will be motivated. Right? That is the first thing. The next one is affiliation. It is creating and sustaining pleasant and warm relationship with other individuals is characterized. So it means the relation. So again it says building good relationship between employers. One-to-one employer is also cause for motivation. Right? If the working environment is very arrogant, if they are not working collectively, the employers will be demotivated. So affiliation comes under that. Right? So the third one, the power. The power always matters because when leading also the power is needed. Right? When whatever they do, motivate or lead or to influence people, the power is needed. So focused on having an effect on someone else. Having an effect on someone else. Under leadership, we discuss influence of power of influence of impacting the behavior or the activities of people. So that power it explains. Influencing others, changing others, and making a real difference in life. So persons who have strong carving for power, like having influence over other people and events. So these are the main things. But under power, you can explain a lot. In previous sessions, we have discussed the types of power, right? Or the autocratic power. Then autocratic power again. The other leadership style, what it said, paternalistic and democratic and laissez-faire. Those things we have discussed. The power, the sources of power, right? So under that you can explain. So these main three things. What are the main things? Three things. First one, achievement, affiliation, and power. These are the three things under this theory the employer should consider when motivating employees. Understood? That is that. Then we are moving to the other theories. What are the other theories? I think we missed some. Here theory. Yes, who collected the information related to ERG? Samantha. But as I said, there is a relationship between Maslow's hierarchy of needs and ERG theory. Right? Come and explain the thing you found. Who is the team? What is the team? This come.
The theory was introduced by Alfred in 1969. It suggests that there are three groups of coordinates in existence: relatedness and growth. Hence, this is called the ERG theory. The above three groups align with the Maslow's level of physiological needs, social needs, and self-actualization needs, respectively. Essential needs are concerned with the sustaining human existence and travel and cover physiological and safety needs of material nature. Relatedness needs are concerned with the relationship to the social environment and cover love and belonging, actualization, and meaningful interpersonal relationship of the
Yeah,
safety
you
of
can hear the same things explained in Maslow's explaining. So summarize them. Yes, continue.
growth needs are concerned with the development of potential and cover self-esteem and self-actualization.
Right. Very good. Now let's see. What is this ER? And you forgot to say this is also a content theory or process theory. Huh? Content theory. What are the three contents? E, R, G. E, R, G. E means existence needs. R, relatedness needs. G, the role. So how? Let's see how it relate to the Maslow's theory. So let's read this. Existence need means the needs that is need to exist, to live. Let's see. These are concerned with sustaining human existence and survival and cover physiological and safety needs of a material nature. So next one, related needs are concerned with relationship to the social environment and cover love or belonging, affiliation and meaningful interpersonal relationship of a safety or esteem need. Then next one, growth needs are concerned with the development of potential and cover self-esteem and self-actualization. Right? Self-esteem and self-actualization. So let's see how we can relate. So now tell me the layers, 5 layers. First layer, physiology. Next one, second level, safety, no? Third one, coercion. Fourth one, and final one, failure. So under this theory, ERG theory, these 5 needs were summarized into 3 theories, 3 contents. Right? What is the first one? The existence need are concerned with sustaining human existence and survival and cover physiological and safety needs. So this covers safety and physiological needs. The existence need, E. Then after that, related needs concerned with relationship to the social environment and cover love or belongings, affiliation and meaningful interpersonal relationship of a safety or esteem need. So these things we can cover. Right? Under growth, actualization, the esteem also somewhat related. So these 5 levels have been summarized into 3 categories under ERD theory. So that is the summary of the theory. So what are these 3 things? E, existential need, R, relatedness, G, growth. These are the things. These are the contents. Right? Okay, those are the content theories. So now we are moving to the process theories. So may I invite the team who collect data on rooms expectancy theory.
Good morning, everyone. So I'm here to discuss about Bloom's expectancy theory. It is a process theory which was developed by Victor Harold Bloom. This is regarding how to motivate staff and increase performance in the work environment. So he explained how people behave in the workplace, especially when it comes to motivation, leadership, and decision making. This theory works on the assumption that people will make choices to maximize pleasure and minimize the pain. According to this theory, in order to make the connection, the motivation, effort, and performance, there are three main variables: expectancy, instrumentality, and valence.
So now you remember three things: variance, the three things: instrumentality, and
Expectancy.
expectancy. Let's see what are those. Right. So mainly we should know this is a sorry. Let me share the screen. This is a process theory that we can relate this to identify how the employers can be motivated its employees, right? So first one, how much they value any reward associated with an action. So mainly there are three activities or actions that need to take to end up with motivation process, to finish the motivation process successfully. So other than reading the explanation, by reading this red line, you can understand what it says. Under balance, it says provide rewards that individuals value. So as an organization or the employer should provide the reward that individuals value. The reward should be, there should be a value for the individual by having reward. Like for example, so reward, let's say, it's depends on the more characteristic like demographic variable. It says there are some young people in the, there are young employees in the work organization. So as the motivation or a reward, they are receiving at their annual leave. They are receiving they are providing, the company providing a trip to Atamastan. How was that? Let's say 80 under 18, 19, 20 employees are there, very young, right? Is it? I don't tell that those people don't need to go the temple and all. As a reward, as an annual trip, company is providing that kind of trip. Do you think that people will be motivated from that trip? Right. Any suggestions for the places? What kind of reward you should give? Right. So somewhere a grand hotel in a beach side, or a very let's say adventure trip, right? Adventure trip. Those kind of things should be provided. So in that way, provide reward that individuals value. So those individuals will not value that kind of religious trip, right? If there are old people, even they will not value nowadays, right? So they expect more than that, right? So got an idea. The individual should be the reward should be valued by the individual, by their own, right? Whatever the thing the company can decide, right? When deciding the value or the reward, they should consider, is this thing will be valued for the individual, right? This is the first thing, first step. So after that, expectancy. How much they believe that by putting effort into something, they will be able to generate good result. So again, you can see, set achievable objectives for individuals. Right? To motivate the employees, the goals or the achievement should be, or the set goal should be achievable. So let's say the company is going to reward, give a reward for the people or the outlet who has done above 1 million sales in the year, in the first month, above 1 million. So that million, the million tag, when we compare to the previous data, average sale per month of that outlet is 500,000, right? 500,000. So the target is million this month. So is it achievable? No. So even they trying to motivate them by giving a target, are they going to motivate? No. The target should be achievable. I am not saying they should give exactly 50 million, but they to motivate to have to balance that outcome and input, they might increase it somewhere around 0.6 million. That is achievable, no? That is achievable. So making double the, let's say, even by a 1 month, they can't double the sales, right? That is not achievable. So in that sense, like achievable objectives for individuals comes under that. Next one, instrumentality. So you can read the explanation. Then it says provide promised rewards when done. So it means they are setting the reward that is really valuable for the individual. And also the thing also can be achievable. But after achieving, they don't regret. Are they going to motivate you? No. Right? They are taking for the top seller, they are giving a car. Right? They are giving a car. Suddenly, car prices have increased. So now company considering giving some gift vouchers. Are they going to be motivated? Next time they will not do anything. Right? So likewise, this is the process. First one, previously we discussed about things that motivate. This is the process, a link. Right? First one, setting the things, individual values. Then second point, so based on those values, the achievable target should be given. If you go beyond this target, you will have that trip. Then after that, after achieving, the trip should be given. Then only the employees will be motivated. Understood that theory? Right? There is a difference. Content and process, there is a difference. You should understood. Understood. Next, move on to the next theory. Adams equity theory. Please come.
Adams equity theory. There are some motivation theories which are covering the dynamic factors, variables that make up motivation. Those are called as process theories of motivation. There are three components of Adams equity theory: input, output, compensation. Input refers to the resources that employees bring to the job. Example of that education, experience, skills. Output refer to the resources that employees receive from job. Example, salary, other benefits and benefits. Comparison is a process of comparing one's own inputs, outputs, with those of others. How to apply Adams equity theory for employer by understanding. The role of fairness. It means employees who feel that they are being treated unfairly at work are less likely to be motivated to the list. Importance of ratio. The importance of the ratio in equity theory cannot be understated. It is a key factor in determining how employees are motivated and compensated. By understanding the role of the ratio in equity theory, businesses can create more fair, productive, and work.
Who wrote that? Who wrote that? Who wrote that? What is the group? This group, no? They also done great job. Give a big round of applause for them. So they have collected more information that I am going to explain. They have covered. Right? Okay. So let's see Adam's equity theory. So what it says. So this is also a process theory. So in there, a successful workplace can enhance motivation by treating everyone with respect and dignity. There is another concept, right? If everyone in the workplace is having the due respect and dignity, they will be automatically motivated. Two perspectives of equity. So in here, previous method. So previous thing was, let's say that. As I explained, there are two things, input and output. Input and output. Input term, the effort. Output, the reward. Unclear. What is the previous method? Let's say the old or the what is the previous method? The employers what they do? They compare their effort with their reward. They compare their work with their salary. They compare their effort they are putting onto the job with the facilities they are having from the business, from the organization. So what happened? Previously they compared the effort with the reward. But under this theory, it says not only the comparison between input and output, but also they compare this with other people, peer employees. For example, we are doing the same work. Let's say he is an accountant in the same company. There is another accountant. So one accountant is getting paid 2 lakhs, the same duties. Other accountant is getting paid 4 lakhs. So the same duties they are doing. So in that point, that employer is comparing his duties and the salary with the peer employers. If it is not equal, it is leading for dissatisfaction and demotivation. Right? That is explained under equity theory. Right? So when it comes to inputs, those are the things. The number of working hours. When they comparing with the peer workers, there should be things to compare. Right? For example, those two accountants. So he compared number of working hours. He worked 8 hours. Other one also worked 8 hours. Right? Weekend free. Right? Then commitment. The same commitment other person giving. Right? Enthusiasm. The experience brought to practice. Personal sacrifices. Loyalty towards mentors and the organization. Job role and responsibilities. Those are things comparing with the other peer employees. And based on that, okay, he will found these are equal. Same commitment I am putting, he is also good. Same working hours he is working, I am also working. So then compare what is the difference in salaries? What is the difference? What is the difference from salaries? He is having I can't remember 4. Yeah, 2 lakhs. That one 4. Then bonus. He is having annual bonus. He is having monthly bonus. Pardon. 2 times he is having bonus, but other person having only one bonus per year, right? So annual holidays. How many holidays do they have? The company travels, recognition, promotion, flexibility, significant achievements, learning and development. Those things they can. So if the employee found that there is inequity between these inputs and outputs, he will be demotivated or dissatisfied. That is the content of this expectancy theory. Understood? That is also a process. Why? Identifying inputs, identifying output, comparing, and taking the decision. That is also the process, right? So it is also coming under process theory. Understood? Okay, let's see in the other slides here. Here. Previous one also we missed that. So under expectancy, they consider performance, creativity, tardiness, reliability. Second order instrumentality. Pays from both salary increase, demotion, job security, acceptance. These are the things this is the effort. This is the process. Effort, then the expectations and the outcomes of the instrumentality of outcome. Right? Previous one. So that it is in your slide. Yes, this is equity theory. So we have identified input, what are the inputs, what are the outputs, then how the balance can be made. So I am not saying always that the inputs and outputs all. And from this theory, it doesn't say all the employers should be paid the same salary, right? If there is a difference between those inputs and outputs, that is okay, right? There is no issue. So when it's a process, when he comparing, if we realize that the effort he is putting is less than the other person, then he will realize this salary is okay for me. Another point, company can explain. This is the effort he is putting. This is the effort we are putting. So we are doing this much of salary. The reason is this. Like it's a process, right? So if someone found that it is equal benefit, equal effort, equal output, but the reward is different, in that point only he is got dissatisfied or demotivated. Right? Okay. Next one. This is Locke's goal here. Come. Hey, hi. Can say good. Who want this? Are you? You also. Okay.
I'm going to talk about the reward setting theory. So motivation is the creation of a stimuli or creating a better working environment. So motivation, there are four main processes of the motivation. So the needs, we have to firstly see the needs for the expectations of the employees and the employers, then the driving forces. The third factor is that we have to see the desired goals are achieved or not. So it shows how important goal setting is for an organization. And two types of motivational theories. Goal setting is categorized under the process theories. So which means refers to the effects of setting goals on subsequent performances. And as per the famous researcher Edwin Locke found that individuals who set specific or difficult goals performs better than individuals who are given with general or easy tasks. And he also, there are 5 basic principles as for the goal settings, which are clarity, challenge, commitment, feedback, and task complexity. He also, Edwin Locke also highlighted the fact that working towards a goal itself is a form of motivation.
If you have something to add, you can add. Is there any difference explained by them? No. I know the answer is not. Next one, actually I forgot this. Under equity theory, when comparing, they take this approach, right? These five approach. When comparing, they compare self. These are the four ways of comparing, right? Self inside, self outside, others inside, others outside. So what is self inside? In simply, two accountants in the same organization. Accountant one, accountant two. So that is self inside. Then self outside, accountant from this company and another accountant from same position in other company. Self outside, right? So others outside, others inside. So then others inside means other people in the organization doesn't relate into some your job, right? Both of the people are in the same organization. Then others outside also can be compared. So these approaches can take for the employer when compared. So what is the as I explained at the beginning, what is the main purpose of studying this motivation factors? I wrote down the third one. To predict employee behavior. When the organization predicting employee behavior, they can take this approach to compare their employees with others and the world and the industry standard. Right? That is also need to add. Right. So Block's goal setting theory. So here there are 5 principles you need to consider. So take note these things, right? When you're explaining. So creating clear goals, set yourself a challenge, commit to the goal, get feedback on your goal, and think about task complexity. So this is also process, right? This is also process. Starting from creating the clear goal, like we did in the need for expectations, planning the needs and expectations. The same thing in the motivation process, right? First one, creating clear goals. So clear goals should be set. After that, set yourself a challenge. When achieving that, in the process we explain behaviors and action should be taken. So those actions should make a challenge for the people, right? It's a challenging task. If there is a challenge, the employees will be trying to achieve that, right? By doing several changes. So that is setting your challenge. Next one, commit to the goal. Then to achieve the goal, the commitment should be there, right? The next one, get feedback on your goal. Then after that, you have to take some feedback as the fulfillment happens in that goal, right? Feedback should be taken whether the goals were achieved or not, right? So that is get feedback on your goal. Finally, think about task completion. At the end of the day, outcome should be achieved. What are the 2 outcomes? Under employee perspective, your satisfaction. Under employer perspective, the organization. Understood? So that is Block's goal setting. Right. So again, in your textbook, again it says about theory X and Y. We discussed it in the previous session also. So there are 2 types of X and Y, 2 types of people, X type and Y type, right? So if something is missing, you can add. We have discussed, we have explained it before, but I put some characteristics of X and Y people here also. So if I read theory X people, as I said, theory X are the lazy people. The simple, right? People are by nature ignorant, that is they were as little as possible. As little as possible. Right? As little as possible. People have ambition, dislike. To motivate these employers, what kind of leadership style they should follow? As I explained earlier. To motivate these employers, X-type employers, what kind of leadership style they should follow? Huh? What type? Autocratic leadership style. Autocratic leadership style. As I explained in the previous prime forces, they are taking an autocratic approach, right? So under why theory, to motivate those employees, they should take a what kind of approach? Autocratic. No. Democratic. It is participative approach. Participative approach. We have explained last week, right? So the things you can read, I'm not going to read. People are inherently self-concerned, different organization needs. People are by nature resistant to change. People by nature resistant to change. Right? Leaders are doing changes. They are not doing. So they should break the rules to do the change. Right? People are valuable and not very bright. The ready use of the Charlton and the remedies. So theory why you can read, right? So actually I have given these things in the previous session also. But under motivation also this theory comes. And that's why I taken here also it is taking the process theory approach. Process theory approach. We have to decide whether this person is an X person or Y person. Then after that, we have to decide what are the outcome, what are the input. Then after that, we have to take, the organization have to take the actions of the behavior to make the people motivate based on the type. If Y type, what are the motivation? If X type, what are the actions should be taken to motivate. However, both parties should be motivated. Otherwise, the organization goal will not be achieved. Right? They can't kick them off. It's like you go home, they can't kick them off. However, whatever the action they need to take to motivate themselves, them also, right? Or else they should try to convert these X people into Y by motivation, right? Okay. So now we are going to discuss the final part, the dimensions of job satisfaction. So the job satisfaction is the ultimate goal final. But why we are motivating people to make them satisfied. So that's why it says it is a individual phenomenon, right? It can't be it is solely individual. So it is individual as well as intentional, right? Intentional. So by their own, they are motivating, but their own, they are working. So as a result of that, they will be satisfied at the end of the day, right? So what are those dimensions of the job satisfaction? So first one, individual factors include personality, education, qualifications, intelligence, and abilities, age, marital status, orientation to work. Those individual factors really matters when satisfied, right? The education level matters, qualification matters, intelligence matters, the ability matters when comparing. When motivating the employees, organizations should consider these factors. What kind of qualified person he is. So what kind of benefit he deserves. Those things need to consider, right? So those things need to consider. Then social factors. What are the social factors? Refer to relationship with co-workers, group working and norms, opportunities for interaction, informal organization. So the cultural factors are the underlying attitudes, beliefs, and values. What are their beliefs and values? So, what kind of let's say, what their beliefs, what their attitudes towards the job, what their attitude towards the rewards, right? So, when deciding whether, as we explained, under that theory, it says the reward should be valued by individual, right? So valuing the rewards will depend on their attitude level, their belief, their values, right? So what they believe in, what their attitude is, it will depend, it will directly impacting when valuing the reward, right? So that is there is a impact. So the organization factors and cultural factors. Mainly the organization factors include nature and size, formal structure, HR policies, procedures, employee relations, nature of the work, technology and work, organization, supervision, style, leadership, all these things matter when motivating influence. Reward should be met with the organization. Reward should be met with the organization. Right? Then the environment factors consist of economic, social, technological, and government influences. Government influences also really matters. The economic situation also matters. For example, in the COVID period, let's say, for example, during the COVID period, companies planning on going on a day out. So all the roads were closed. The people can't travel. In that time period, companies they are highly considering about motivating their employees and organizing annual meeting. Does it motivate? No. The environment should be considered. Environment, they are thinking that by organizing a trip, they will be motivated. No. Not in that. So the environment should be matched with the reward they are going to give. The type, the way they are trying to motivate employees. Right? For the employees. Those things you need to consider. Right. So this is the whole part of the area scope we have to discuss under motivation. Right? So before moving to the case study, we have 30 minutes time. So before moving to the case study, if you have any questions, you can raise one. Yes. Tell me, is it clear for you? You have an idea about what motivation and what are the right? Right, somewhat idea. Right. So those keywords you need both sessions I have mentioned keyword you need to consider when explaining things. When it comes to theories, you don't need to buy these invent scholars' names and all. What you need to know is the concept, the main concept. Right? When the two-factor theory it says dissatisfaction is not the same, not so single line. So they are two different. They are providing two factors. Finding factor and motivation factor. That's it. Right? Okay. If there are no any questions, let's move on to the case study. Before doing any case study, what you need to do, first read the question, what they ask. Don't read the question and waste time, because what you should have an understanding what they asking at the end. And in the exam also say. Otherwise, you are like reading a story, nothing in the head when it comes to the when answering the question. Right? First of all, what you need to do, if there is a case study, you read the question 1 or 2 times. 2-3 times, read the question. What, according to you, were the reason for Rohit's disillusionment? Answer the question using Maslow's hierarchy of needs or expectation theory of motivation. These kind of questions you will have. Relating to a theory you have to explain. Maslow's theory, probably you will select the Maslow's theory. No issue, but you have to explain. How would you evaluate Aparna's behavior in terms of need for power, need for achievement, and theory example? Need for power, need for achievement, what theory? Power, achievement, and other aspect. Not ERD. That theory you need to relate with the theory X and Y. Next one, what should Rohit do to resolve his situation? What can a team leader do to ensure high levels of motivation among his team members? Right. Now read the question and read the case and try the questions. You have 15 minutes around that. You have that question in the ebook. It's there. So if I explain the book also, if we have enough time, so you can see these definitions are there. After that, all these definitions contain three common aspects of the motivation process. What recognize human behavior, what directs or channels such behavior. These three parts are the motivation process. Motivation process that step has 1, 2, 3, 4 aspects. Right? What energize human behavior? What energize the expectations and needs? Right? Employee expectations and needs. Then what direct or channels such behavior? What are the processes, the actions, behavior they can give? How is this behavior maintained or sustained? If it is good, if the motivation happens, job satisfaction is there, they can maintain or sustain. If that is not there, then again to reconsidering. Again, what are the things energize human behavior? This is mainly the process of motivation, right? Then it says motivation has certain underlying properties, right? Page number 227. So it is individual phenomenon, as I explained, individual phenomenon. So individual is unique, and this fact must be recognized in motivation research. So motivation is intentional, as I said, intentional. They do by their own. Next one, motivation has many facets. As I told, researchers have analyzed various aspects of motivation, including how it is arose, how it is directed, what influences its persistence, and how it is stopped. Those things they are considering. As final point, the purpose of motivation theory is to predict the behavior. Predict the behavior. The last thing I explained. Then distinction must be made between motivation, behavior, and performance. For the things we are discussing, matching with the your study material rules. Right, then we understood, we explained what are the types of motivation, intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. So extrinsic means the physical things we can bear. Other things, intrinsic means the emotional things, right? Recognition, those things, right? Then the appreciation. Yeah, they are not considering about separating the theories, but when we discussing, we need to consider separate these theories into main two categories: process theories and content theories. So here only explain two concept theories and one process theory. But you should have an understanding about other theories also. More than this, we have explained around 7 theories, right? 7 theories. What you need to know is to have a rough understanding about how this works in organization when achieving motivation goals. Right? So, but in those theories, these things were included. Hierarchy of needs, theory X and Y, and the motivation ID. Right? So in detail, we have discussed, we have taken notes in the hierarchy 5 levels. Yeah, this is also important. You can see satisfaction and dissatisfaction traditionally, right? Traditional view, other view, dissatisfaction, dissatisfaction. But we know now the latest view, they should consider to satisfy the motivation factor, but dissatisfaction is not there, right? So dissatisfaction is given. Related to satisfaction, they should consider motivators, but other end is not dissatisfaction. When it comes to dissatisfaction, they should consider why the reason, what are the reasons for dissatisfaction, hygiene factors. We have discussed those things. That is traditional view. You can see traditional view, satisfaction and dissatisfaction. The thing I go there, right? So that is eliminated or rejected by the verb supporting new theory. Right. Those are the things. Then the case study. Please read the case study. Then sign sheet. Right. Right. I will share it with the Kaluarachchi. To request to come for me to share. Right. So let's see what are the questions asking. First one is a lengthy case study. What, according to you, were the reason for Rohit disillusionment? Answer the question using Maslow's hierarchical expectancy theory of motivation. So, who got answers? What, according to you, were the reason for Rohit disillusionment? So, from these 5 factors, there might be a factor is lacking. Social factors. So why you are saying that? Cloud.
She's not interested.
He is not interacting with colleague. So in there, so also the love and belonging needs also have not achieved or satisfied. So based on that, you can explain, right? So then next one, how would you, let's see, read the case. Rohit joined Apex Computer in November after a successful stint at Computer Center, where he had worked as an assistant programmer. Rohit felt the Apex offered better career prospects and it was growing much faster than Zen. It was a relatively small company. Although Rohit had enjoyed working there, he realized that to grow further in his field, he would have to join bigger company. Here, about whom it asking? Rohit distribution plan. Here, there is a point. You can see. Although Rohit had enjoyed working, there he realized that to grow further in his field, he would have to join a bigger company. So what under what Maslow's under what need it comes? Self-esteem and self-actualization, right? So you can relate that. Where even he is happy with his job, he is thinking in this place, there will not be a career for me, right? He is thinking on shifting to a bigger company, right? So then you can relate. Rohit joined as a senior programmer at FX with a handsome pay hike. Now he has joined, no, other company. Apex had international operations and there was more than a slim chance that he would be sent to USA or UK or project. Knowing that this would give him a lot of exposure. Besides looking good at his resume, Rohit was quite excited about his new job. Rohit joined Aparna Mehta's 5 members team at Apex. There is a team, so he has joined that team. So in that sense, as she said, the social needs, the connections, network between colleagues. He had met Aparna during the orientation sessions and was looking forward to working under her. His team members seemed warm and friendly and comfortable with their work. He introduced himself to the team member and got to know more about each of them. So wanting to know more about his boss, he had casually asked Deepthi, one of the team members, about Aparna. Deepthi said, Aparna does not interfere with our work. Interfere means he is not disturbing. So Aparna does not interfere with our work. In fact, you could even say that she tries to ignore us as much as she can. So what is the learning point? Read it. It says, Aparna does not interfere with our work. So, in fact, you could even say that she tries to ignore us much as she can. So, what kind of a leadership style she is following? Aparna. Autocratic, then participative or democratic,
then leave the pair, right? As I said, she know employees will work. Then he will not following interference and wait, right? But anyhow, she know they will do, right? Not. What is the other thing missing in that slide? Other slide, patterns, right? So these things, not for the first question, I am just telling about the case that, right, to relate. So those things you can relate. Rohit was surprised by the comment but decided that Aparna was probably leaving them alone to do their work without any guidance in order to allow them to realize their full potential, as I explained. She is relying on the full potential of his teammates. At then, Rohit had worked under Suresh Reddy and had to up to him a guidance and mentor always guide, but never interfered. Suresh had let Rohit make his own mistakes and learn from them. He had always encouraged individual ideas and let the team discover the flaws, if any, through discussion and experience. He is kind of a democratic leader, right? Participative leader. Who is that? Suresh Reddy, no? Suresh Reddy. Then he rarely held an interest. That's how you are relating the study, the theories into the case, right? Directly they are not telling. So you should have the knowledge. What kind of a person is. Try reading, you can realize. If some question asks, you can read it. So then he rarely had an individual member of his team as well as team as whole failed or his or any failure was collected. Or he remember telling his colleague, and then the idea would be someone who did not interfere with the subordinates. So he wanted to believe that Aparna too was the non-interfering type. If that was the case, surely her non-interference would only help him to grow. So, in that sense, Rohit, what kind of a person? X type or Y type? Then now you can relate to the first question. By reading this, Rohit is what type? X type or Y type? He doesn't like to interfere, right? Always coming and checking. He is not like he's not like. So he is doing his work by himself, right? Then why? What type? X or Y? Huh? X type or Y type? Rohit is Y type, right? If they explain about X type, says Rohit is very lazy. He's always have to the supervision. Otherwise, he will not work. Those things, but it's not that way. He don't like to interfere. He get interfered by his boss, right? So then explaining the answer, you can select Rohit is this kind of person. Why? Because these are characteristics in the case, right? Y type people person, right? So if in his first week at work, Rohit found the atmosphere at the office a bit dull. However, he was quite excited. His team had been assigned a new project and was facing a few glitches with the new software. He had thought about the problem till the late in the night and had come with several solutions. He could not want to discuss them with his team and Aparna. He smiled when he thought of how Aparna would react when he told her that he had come up with several possible solutions to the problem. He was sure she would be happy with his having put in so much effort into the project right from day one. He was dreaming about all the praise that he was going to get when Aparna walked in with the office. So it waited for her to go into her bedroom. Let's see where. Which chapter, as you said, you said he is lacking social things, social needs. In which para? It was somewhat taken like how to do it. Isn't it there now? here is mainly explaining other than the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It is mainly explaining about theory example, right? So what kind of these leaders are? Rohit, Suresh Reddy and all, what type of leaders they are? What are the leadership styles they are following? So who is going to control under them, right? X type or Y type. So these things they are explaining under this case study. Other than only the thing they have discussed under Maslow's hierarchy of needs is he is considering shifting to another organization due to his self-actualization and self-esteem needs, because he is thinking that the existing company is not going to work for in achieving his future career goals. Right? That's why he has shifted. Right. So likewise, you have to explain or identify, analyze the cases you are relating when explaining. Right. So this is the end of the session. I think we can wind up the session. Thank you very much.